I've known my wife for a very long time. We met up after a few years after not seeing each other. We met up, we dated, and next thing you know, we got married. And so baby number 1 came down the way, and baby number 2 came along. Then we had 3, 4, and then 5. There would be times where I felt a little tightness in my legs and didn't really think about it, and then was fine the next day. Then the next day my pants were fitting tight, and they were just fitting me fine a few days earlier. Did some blood work. Blood work came out saying the creatinine level was fine, everything was fine, but the actual collection of the urine was a lot of protein spill. So we did a kidney biopsy. That's the only way we can actually find out what is going on with your kidneys. So they dialed it down to that. He says, you have to go on dialysis. At that time, I had already accumulated about, I would say, 40 to 50 pounds of fluid because it wasn't all coming out the way it should. So it took about a good 6 months to get to a proper dry weight, and eating habits started coming back. I had a catheter. Catheter lasted for exactly 6 months, and then they did me a fistula, which I've had since the beginning. I'm a project manager estimator for a company here in Morgan Hill. I've been in the trade about 20 years now. In center, the thing is, when you dialyze every other day, you have toxins that build up in your system the day you don't go. So when you go in center, they're there to take everything out at one time. So knowing that's where you feel wiped out. And then being in center and then not being with your family and your kids, missing you. I always mention Jug from research coming up to me and saying, hey, we need to get you home. And I said, well, I'm with you. He said, okay, if we can find somebody to train you at night, would you be willing to do it? I said, yeah, I'm willing to do it. He's all, okay. Following week he comes and says, hey, we got an opening for you. I had learned how to stick myself in center already, so that took off 2 weeks from the training. We're able to finish in 3 weeks from start to finish. And I say that Wellbound's team I would think is like an elite team, because everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone's very experienced. The training was one-on-one, so there's really, when you're in training, there's no TVs. It's just reading, hands-on, and they don't let you go home unless you pass the test 100%. When I go in, everyone pretty much comes in one at a time. Okay, your phosphorus is a little high, let's take care of it this way. What have you been doing different? Then you got social worker comes in. Every time I come in, she comes in and she's are you okay? Do you need anything? They're very helpful as far as they want to know what's going on in my life, how I'm doing, and if there's anything they can do to make it better. But when you're doing this daily, you don't let the toxins accumulate in your body. So you got Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Saturday. I usually take Sundays off, so it never builds up in my system. The fact that I work, having the energy to work all day and to travel like we do, have our gatherings with friends and family, knowing that I don't have to check in because I was at a set time in center. As long as I do it either in the morning or at night, everything works fine. I'm able to be a better provider for my family now and be able to keep up with them, day to day. I got a couple weeks supply in the garage. If we want to pick up and go, let's go Yosemite, anywhere. I'll pick up my supplies and we're off. I help my kids with their homework every day. They come in the room with me. We have dinner together, which before it was just maybe a couple days out of the week. My energy level is up, I would say, probably next thing best as getting a transplant. A lot of people that are in center always ask the question, how's your intimate life? I say, my intimate life is great. I say, we've just had another child, and you don't see that a lot. in dialysis patients, or that blessing that we have now is just running around everywhere because I'm able to be very active. As a matter of fact, I'm at the top of the list right now. From what I'm told, I'm pretty much an airplane flying around the airport waiting to get called in.